to the essence of self. Okay, welcome back guys to week 2. I just want to start off by thanking each and every one of you for all the support and feedback that you guys gave me on first week's video. It truly gave me like a good starting point, and it helped me figure out what I need to change about my future videos so I can continue to improve and share my thoughts in an effective way. So thank you so much for all of your support, and keep giving me feedback, keep giving me opinions about what you think or suggestions for next week videos. So this week's heavily requested topic was friendships. A lot of you had requested topics such as how to deal with toxic people and toxic friendships, or how to healthily convey your opinions to your friends, family, or loved ones. So I thought a good idea would be to compile all of these subtopics into the general umbrella of friendships. So I just want to start off by saying that friendships are extremely important. It's good to be surrounded by people that support you, that encourage you, that help you grow, and they will have differentiating opinions from you, but that will only make you realize a different side of things or see things from a different perspective. It's very important to be able to discuss your lack of, agreement, because seeing the other person's side or hearing another side of a story will be able to reconsider your own more seriously, or it gives you a different way to look at things. And that's why friends are, in my opinion, they give you a different perspective than, say, your family members would. Your family members are raised in the same household, under the same environment, with similar morals and values. And so that's why when you go to them for opinions, or when you go to them for feedback, they might give you something that you would have advised to yourself as well, because you guys have a similar kind of mindset because of the way that you were brought up. However, for friends, you were both raised in different environments, or at least mildly different environments, and you both have a different way of thinking about things. So I always tend to run my ideas by my friends because they tend to look at things in a different way that I may not see. And sometimes we do this, that we get so stuck up in our own idea, or we get so fixed on one perspective of whatever we're thinking, that we later come to realize that what our friends had told us about that one topic that we failed to see at the time actually makes sense. And I've been in numerous situations where at the moment I've only seen one perspective, which was my own. And after I went through a certain experience or a certain disagreement with somebody, I had realized that, oh, my friends were right, and they had given me a perspective that if I had considered at the time, I wouldn't have been in such a negative situation that I had been at that time. And the biggest thing with having these contrasting opinions and how to handle the fact that you and your friends are both very different from each other is, number one, learning how to accept each other's differences. You may not always agree with your friend, and your friend may not always agree with you, but as a friend, it is your job to support them regardless. And if you see your friend making a choice that you know might be harmful or might prevent their growth, or that you know that some bad outcome will happen out of it, as a friend, it is your job to, tell them and have a conversation. And they may fail to understand where you're coming from, and that's okay. Not everyone will take into consideration your opinion until they have a moment of realization after. And even if they don't, that's okay. But as a friend, it's your job to be able to voice your opinion, whether they take it or not. But being able to support someone is being able to share your opinions and give them feedback and make sure that they come out the best person that they can be. And another big thing in being in high school, especially, I see this with high school and middle school students, and having been through that environment, is we have a lot of toxic friendships. And there are a lot of friends that I like to call materialistic friends, in the sense that they are only your friend because, number one, you either see them every day at school, or you have classes with them, or you share a common class. For example, you see them at dance every weekend, or the fact that you have helped them through something and now they're kind of, obliged to stick with you or talk to you. And the moment that you go away from that environment, or the moment that you go on to carry on, say you move out of the state or you move to a different school, you lose all connection with them. Materialistic friends is something that I dealt with a lot being in high school, and doing Running Start when I moved to college, I realized that a lot of the people I had seen every day, I didn't talk to as much when I had moved, and none of them really made an effort to talk to me. Neither did they respond when I made the effort to initiate, either a hangout or a conversation. And you can't hold that against you, because sometimes people are just meant to be as that. You can't force someone to be something in their life that they're not meant to be. Materialistic friends will come and go in high school, college, and even in your later on life. You'll realize that a lot of people are just your friend because of something. And these aren't people that you want to get attached to quickly, because they can often lead to false expectations, and you can end up getting hurt because you'll think that they're a real friend, and you'll realize later that, oh, they were only connected to me because of something. And because I shared this common interest with them, they felt obliged. And that's the biggest thing about friendship, is it's not obligatory. I am friends with people that I don't see every day, or I don't meet all the time, that live in a different state than me. And they still make an effort to talk to me. I still make an effort to talk to them. And that's the kind of bond that will last you a lifetime. The more that we get stuck up on these toxic friendships, the more that we fail to understand our real ones. And I know a lot of us find ourselves in a situation where you will end up supporting somebody or a certain relationship so much, and you often end up giving more than you receive. And that's one of the things that I think relationships and friendships both have to consider, is when you love somebody, it should be unconditional. You shouldn't expect anything back. The reason that you give love to people is because you have ample of it to give, not because you expect some kind of reciprocation. Yes, it does feel bad that we end up putting so much effort and energy into a certain relationship and don't get anything back, but that's because we go into it expecting that the other person will be like us. Not everyone will be like you, and not everyone will support you the way that you do to others. And while going into a friendship, you have to recognize the fact that I am here to support you, but if I end up giving too much of my energy and too much of my support to somebody and it's not helping me grow, or we're not encouraging each other, then really there's no benefit of the relationship, there's no benefit of the friendship, and you're truly not creating a real bond. And that's one of the biggest things in high school, is that there's a lot of materialistic bonds or fake bonds that will only last you the duration of high school. But once you move to college, once you go out of state or don't see these people anymore, you'll start to realize that maybe they weren't my true friend, or maybe they didn't support me the way that I do. And that's okay. You're always going to lose friends, and you're going to gain more. And like people say, it's quality, not quantity. You may have one friend that has been with you through it all. To be honest, I would rather have that one friend that truly supports me than have 5 materialistic friends that only support me when they need something out of it. Okay, lastly, please remember that I am always your friend. I love meeting new people. I love gaining new friends and talking to people with different experiences or different perspectives than me, because it allows me to open my mind a bit and understand different perspectives and understand that people come from different places and have different opinions than me. And I think that's the great thing about being in college, is that you meet so many people with completely different backgrounds as you, and so many different age groups as well. So it's so interesting to be able to talk to them and have a discussion about, things that they've experienced and that we haven't. And I love learning new things about new people and cultures. So if you ever need a friend, whether you know me or you don't, please always feel free to hit me up. You guys have my social media. It'll be linked again in the bio. and some of you have my number, so please remember that I'm always a DM, phone call, or text message away. So yeah, and I look forward to getting to meet you guys, or if you ever want to just, need somebody to listen or rant to, I'm always here. So yeah, and I wish you all the best with your future friendships. Let me know how you think this video was, if you have feedback and ideas for next week's video, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!